Hello, this is Nick Natpacker coming to you live from Virginia Beach, Virginia, with my video log for Doctor Who Series 5, Episode 4, The Time of the Angels. Well, I have to admit, I didn't have high hopes for this episode, mostly because of River Song and my distinct dislike of her. But I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. After last week's Dalek debacle, I was worried that the series was going in the wrong direction. But I gotta tell you, Moffat seems to have stomped out at least some of my doubts. This episode, obviously, it's a two-parter, ended on a cliffhanger, so we'll have to wait till next Saturday to see part 2. But Matt Smith has definitely jumped into the Doctor's shoes in this episode. I've got to give a 2 thumbs up to that one. To him, he did an awesome job in this one. Right in his element. I mean, in his element. There's actually very few negatives that I could see in this particular episode. Karen, good job. She was faltering in my eyes in episode 3 a little bit, and I was starting to wonder, I don't know if she's such a good idea. I don't know if it's such a good idea for her to be in this role. But series 4, in episode 4, she redeemed herself. She's proving to be a very clever girl. And it seems like she's really starting to surprise him because, in the beginning of the episode, he's tangled up with River Song and he kind of forgets that she's there, which leaves her a little bit pissed off, a little bit peeved. But she manages, in short order, to save herself and to show them something that they didn't initially realize. That the weeping angel wasn't dormant, that it was alive, and that it could come through the TV screen, that it could become, since it was captured as an image on a recording, that could actually come out of the recording, out of the TV screen into real life. And even though it seemed for a minute there that she was going to get sucked into some different time stream, like what happened in the episode Blank in season 3, she wound up being able to save herself, which is just proving more and more how clever that this girl is. I'm not going to go too much into River Song. I really don't want to have to talk about River Song, other than the fact I have a distinct distaste for River Song. I almost had a slight heart attack when Amy asked the Doctor if River was his wife, and he almost didn't answer her, and I began thinking to myself, oh my God, I don't need to hear that. That's not something that I want to know. Because if she was married to the Doctor, I think I would have to just... Well, okay. Anyway. Apparently this is a point in time that is earlier than Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead, because she did not know that she was a professor, or that she was going to be a professor. The Doctor kind of let that one slip, because he wasn't sure which time frame in her life that he had shown up in. He seems to meet her, but always wrong, always in the wrong way. So apparently this is before that, and there's a little tidbit of information that he does not know about her that she's neglected to share. Apparently she is an ex-con. Seems like she might be some kind of thief, something of that sort, and you could tell, obviously, by her expertise in getting in and out of places, and by bossing people around. She's neglected to tell him this because she doesn't want to go back to prison. With good reason, because obviously he wasn't too keen on Christina D'Souza being a thief. So who knows what he would think of her if he knew. I mean, obviously he's going to know at some future date when he takes her on as a companion. We all know he obviously will. But if she calls him sweetie one more time, honest to God, I'm going to rip her tongue out. Because that's like hearing him say Geronimo, only worse. Okay, so he and Amy go into a museum. They find this, what equates to a flight recorder / black box that has Gallifreyan symbols written on the top of it, or burned into the top of it. Apparently, 12,000 years prior to that, River Song was the one that broke into where it was being held at the time, and she burned the symbols into the top of it to leave him a message. So wow, he taught her Gallifreyan. But didn't we all always think that Gallifreyan writing was, circular, with swirls and whirls and patterns and stuff like that, not actual, like, something that looks like letters? That kind of takes what we've come to know about the Gallifreyans in the last 4 years we've been watching the show and kind of shoots it out the water. That and the fact that he actually talked to woman Gallifreyan, or at least enough to leave him a message. Okay, so he taps into the black box, into the TARDIS, gets the picture of where the black box was just before it went into the museum, sees River Song on the video recording, she gives him coordinates, he lands there to pick her up. And hilarity ensues with this whole slightly sort of married, long-standing couple type banter. And Amy's just kind of standing there thinking, what the hell is this? I can't decide if she thinks it's cute or if she's slightly disturbed by it. But more to come in part 2 of the vlog. So, signing off for now.